Hello and welcome to Comics with Stevey D. This is episode 44, More Finds from the Dollar Bin. I'm going to start with an old comic from 1952. This is Classics Illustrated, Mutiny on the Bounty. Okay, and what I'm going to show you is, I've been talking about how I can take the dirt off. So I haven't done anything to this comic. So I'm just giving it a rub. Just showing you how much, just a few seconds. I don't know if you can see it, but I'm going to give that cover a rub. Being careful around the edges. Making circular patterns. Look at the dirt that I've removed in just a few seconds. So, 5 minutes of doing this and it lusters up a cover. Now, that's all I'm going to do with that, but that shows you how much dirt I can get off. Then I'm going to talk about condition. When they say browning on comic books, this is what they mean. You can really see it on the interior cover. See how the bottom is turned brown? And it's old, and the back is more dirty than the front, so I'll use another pad just quickly, just a few seconds, and I'll show you how much dirt you can remove in a few seconds. And like I said, a couple minutes there, that's taking some dirt off. There's some more dirt that came off. Alright, and that was my last book, but I showed it first because I wanted to show you how I do that. Okay, now I have been out comic hunting in the last couple of weeks. I've been everywhere from Rolla, Missouri to O'Fallon, Missouri. They're way apart, several hundred miles. Maybe not that much, about 175 miles probably though. Okay, so I've gotten a lot of good things, and I got that book from 1952 at half price, and it was in the $2 bin, so I got it for $1, so I was happy with that. Here's the next book. I used to have this book. A long time ago, and I got rid of it. I traded it off for something. Phantom #1 from 1989, cover art by Luke McDonald. And I just love the throne. His throne and his ominous look, and they made a movie about this, but they really captured the look of the Phantom on there. Alright, next book. Doc Savage. That's a cool cover. And this is Doc Savage, Devil's Thoughts #1 from 1991. Cover art by Tony Harris. And it's a Millennium comic book. So I don't have very many Millenniums, and I think this is my first or second Doc Savage. I never collected them as a youth. I've seen them all, but I thought since I'm doing a show just to provide a wide variety of comic books and covers. Here's another one from Millennium Comics. I like this cover even better. This is a terrific cover. And it's Doc Savage Repel #1 from 1991. Cover artist by Dave Dorman. And just a volcano exploding, and intensity showing the strength of the hero. That's in my terrific cover catalog. Here's one I used to have and traded it off, and I got it back. Not the Punisher. The Sentry #1 from 2005. One in the 8-book miniseries. Cover art by the great John Romita Jr. And Sentry's supposed to be the most powerful hero in the Marvel Universe. but he has his demons. Here's a cool book. It's a terrific cover. It's actually two, but I'll get to that in a moment. Okay, this is an Eclipse comic, Mr. Monsters Super Science, #1 from 1987. I don't know who the modern cover artist is, but it's a reprint of this 10-cent comic, and this cover artist in 1950 is Vic Torrey. And what transferred from the modern cover is the ship, but there's deviations in the ship. There's not as many windows, but the ship's bigger in here, so you see it in more detail. And you always have your damsels in distress and good guys fighting bad guys. It's a neat cover, but I like the old cover the best. It has a nostalgic feeling. Like I said before, when I was a little kid, I'd go in the confectionery stores and they'd have racks of comic books, and those are the kind of covers I'd look at. I didn't have any money to spend unless my mom and dad bought me a piece of candy or something. They were usually in there getting something for the household. And I'll take this kid along, and I want to go. You know, you're going to get a piece of candy. All right, this is Doctor Strange, Fall Sunrise, and I like this cover too. #1 from 2023, variant cover art by Daniel Warren Johnson, 1 and 4 miniseries, and it's a 40-page book. But I just love. Like his house is Sanctum Sanctorium is floating in space, but his fire's still going. Like I said before, if you can imagine it, you can put it on the cover of a comic book, you know. So that's a cool cover. Here's an interesting book. My favorite member of the Fantastic Four, the Thing, Ben Grimm. Contagion, #1 from 2019, variant cover art by Ryan Brony. It's a mini-series, but like I said, I'm a sucker for them first issues, because like if you're hunting down keys, first issues of anything is a key issue. So if you grab, even if it's a character that never develop or becomes popular or anything, you still have that key issue. Contagion. Here's a spooky one. Going to go in my Halloween covers for next year. That's what I'm buying too. I'm thinking about what kind of covers should I get. So I'm thinking I'm looking for Christmas covers. I'm looking for Halloween covers. And this is a spooky one. The Tomb of Dracula, #1 from 2004. Cover art by Bill Sikowitz. So, the premise in this book is every 1,000 years Dracula has to go into a chrysalis state, like a moth, and he's vulnerable, and all the vampire hunters come out to knock him off, and all the vampires surround him to protect him. And Blade's in this one, so, and you got a bunch of heroes on the cover, but that Blade, I like that in the eyes of Dracula. It's really cool. All right, moving right along. Wakanda. Well, this is a sort of a reference book. It has a story in the first part, but the reason I'm showing you this is the back part of the book. It reminds me of Avengers Case Files. It shows scenes from various comic books and high points in the story and who became. It's several pages listing different people that were the Black Panther, but he's banned from Wakanda in this one. So, and it says that he's not the only hero in that nation, and it's real cool. In the beginning, I like maps like this. I'm not a Dungeons and Dragons kind of person or anything, but I do like maps. When they start movies and they show a map and they travel with red lines, like I like that. What's a good Indiana Jones movies? They always did that, and they took that from movies in the 40s, Spielberg and them. All right, here's another one I got because of Blade. He's on the cover. I like Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man 2099 Dark Genesis #2 from 2023. These are very modern comics. Cover art by Nick Bradshaw. And so, that's a cool cover. Real busy. Lots of things happening. Like I said, the first appearance introducing Blade 2099. So if they introduce a character, it might become a key issue. So that's why I bought this comic book. Plus, I got it in the dollar bin, and I was getting stuff out of the dollar bin on sale for 50 cents in O'Fallon yesterday. And this reminded me of another book I have. The Zorro cover, excuse me, that I really liked. And Zorro #1 from 2021. Cover art by Vincenzo Caratu. And it's similar pose, similar coloring, that it just doesn't do it as well. It's a beautiful cover, don't get me wrong. And it's American Mythology Productions. I've never seen a comic from that company before. So, there you go. And so I have a lot of books, and I managed to get 3 or 4 new shiny covers, or chromium foil covers, for my foil covers 3. So I got a stack of them about that big now. So I'm waiting. I'm waiting to get a few more. And then I'm going to make a light show and have fun with it. And it's not going to be scripted. I'm just going to throw the books down and use improvisation with the light and the strobe light and all that stuff. Trying to be entertaining, looking at comic books in a different way. So that concludes this episode of Comics with Stevey D. I hope you enjoyed them. Please like, subscribe, and leave me a comment. Nobody leaves me comments. They're either being nice to me or they're ignoring me. Either way, somebody can leave me a comment once in a while. All right, take care and have a good day.